Hello, welcome in everyone to episode 5 of Royal Street. As always, I'm Strange Tangent, joined by the amazing and lovely Red Panda, aka Mrs. Strange. And then we're also joined by the little Wolfie here as well. If you didn't know, we are doing a bit of a fundraiser this month, so any of the tips slash donations made to the stream this month are all going towards being able to support and sponsor some wolves and hopefully some foxes and some other animals all out at Wolf Park of Indiana. As we hit certain milestones, we'll be doing some giveaways as well this month of January, and these plushies are some of the things we're going to be able to give away, and that's these plushies were given to us as donation to be able to do this thanks to T-Turtle as well. So that's where we got these from. They were kind enough to send us those to give them out and go from there. So there you go. Hey Thunder, welcome in as well. Thank you for grabbing that charity command and helping out as well. If you want to learn more about Wolf Park, you can do !Wolf Park, and it'll tell you a little bit more about them. So that's what we've got. But a lot of you are here for episode 5 of Royal Street. We only have 4 suspects remaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's
Finally
take a look.
down there.
Right up here. Hold on. We've got Inez, we've got Dylan, Nona, and Cyril. Those are our 4. Okay. So that's who we have left. Red. Oh, today is Strange. Not so red. Yeah, no. Right. I know. I'm wearing. It's actually blue. I don't know. On camera, it might look a lot darker, but it's actually like a blue hoodie. But yeah,
it looks very black, like your
yeah,
chair.
I know. I'm like blending in with the chair. I'm like trying to go green screen or something. All right. So let's see where we're at with the case. It's been a little bit since we did episode 4. Holiday season came about, and we got delayed with that. And then on top of that, then last week we had some issues with Twitch, so we weren't able to go live, and YouTube wouldn't let me go live. So we had to postpone it to this week. So we'll get this case underway. But do we want to go over the recap real quick?
Yeah.
You want to go over that?
Yeah.
All right. I think it's on the back of your card. If you want to use it, you can, or what you can do from memory. You're usually a lot better than I am at memory.
Usually, but unfortunately, it's been a little too long between the episodes this time around. Last episode, I think the biggest thing is we ruled out a second suspect. We found out a lot about each of the groups. So the Pirate Brothers, they were having some issues with Celestine regarding a lot of different things, but mainly she didn't really want to hang out with them much more because of the really weird issues going on with the frat brother that died, and then her getting their parader out was kind of the final straw. I think it's what just really caused issues. And then Cyril, we found out his Versailles or whatever that ended up being disbanded. They were very, very basically only certain people could be part of their membership, and Celestine kind of outed them on that, and they got into a bunch of trouble for that. And then Nona, we found out about her. She ended up having some scandalousness where she was a dog hoarder. She had over 50 dogs, I think, in one room, maybe, something like that.
Yeah, that's right.
And Celestine turned her in for that. So
yeah.
Celestine was kind of like the, not tattletale of the group, but she definitely was the one that made sure she held everyone accountable in a certain way.
No, I definitely agree. Yeah.
And then we already ruled out Jay. He was on a float and was not able to make it for murder. And we ruled out one of the brothers because he got arrested last month. So he had a tattoo on his left bicep, and that's how we ruled him out. So
yeah.
And then finally, I think Nona. So she just had a lot of beef because she wanted to basically be Celestine. She wanted to take over MKML. She just wanted to be the cool girl, and Celestine was kind of in the way. So I think there was a lot of jealousy, and they kept fighting over her documentary. Yeah, watching the documentary is hilarious because they are literally fighting the entire time. So.
Right.
But trying to see if there's anything I missed in here. Yeah, Jay had gotten us all the evidence last episode because he's a float builder, so he was the one that helped get us all the evidence last episode to help
That's right.
clear out some things. And we heard the twins speaking in that fun language, which was really fun to decipher and kind of dissect out. That was tricky, but it kind of pointed more to their relationship. They're very competitive, it seems. But I think the biggest thing at the end of last episode was regarding the violent absinthe, that purple stuff that was in her mouth.
Yep. So
Everyone
we determined that
wanted
was
it
why,
last episode.
like, that was the quote murder weapon, right?
Or at
Essentially.
least, well, she was shot, but like she had that in her mouth, so we think she might have been under
Oh,
that
that's right. It was
influence
just something we were
Yeah.
looking to be able, some kind of evidence to tie somebody to the scene. So we determined that the violent absinthe, which was up for auction at the
Yes.
King's Ball,
Yep.
then was found with her.
And everyone knew about it, and everyone wanted it. So
All right.
that was the one theme over the last episode. That everyone's talking about the violent absinthe datura based product.
Perfect. So that's our recap. Sorry, I forgot to do the little normal spoiler warning beforehand, and my little point thing. But if you missed that episode or you missed any of our previous episodes, right up in that corner right about now will be a nice little link that'll take you over to the playlist on our YouTube page, and then you'll be able to catch up on those videos there. And then that brings us to the start of episode 5. So
Yes.
we're all caught up on where we're at. Episode 5, it looks like the episode objective is going to be identify the buyer of the violet absinthe. So
Okay. Well, I already know the Pirate Brothers didn't have the money to do it, so if they buy it, it's probably because their mom helped them.
very likely.
Cyril's, I don't want to say he sounds rich, but with the whole like chicken situation that he's got going on,
Possibly.
he's got a lot of money. It sounds like, at least.
Right.
Want to dig in? Ooh.
Yeah, let's dig into the
I was not
evidence.
expecting that to come out first thing.
Let's head over here to the evidence room. All right. So we've got a hat.
That scared
Looks
the crap
like
out of me.
some kind of metal thing. All right, let's grab the
That's
card. Here we
different.
go. All right, so that's
This is like a king's
crown.
Crown, yeah.
Yep. So some kind of crown.
That feels kind of small, but too big for you, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
A new hat for Strange. Look, we might be able to add it as a add that into some channel point redemption stuff. There you go.
Okay, this is a lot, so this is a auction item probably.
Okay.
So that's very interesting. We got this instead of someone buying
Absinthe spoon with tag.
it. Yeah, maybe.
So there we go. That's probably what that is.
Okay.
All right.
That is confusing, but okay. Yep. Okay. Let's see.
Well, so absinthe spoon, you take it and you set it over the glass, and then you would put the sugar cube on it. Now, correct? Thunder, you might know more about this than I do. I only know a little bit from when I have my absinthe from when I stopped in Germany on a just quick stop overlay. Yeah, so then you take the sugar cube or whatever and put on the spoon, and then you can pour it over that, I guess. I think that was one of the ways that I saw how people would drink it. So
Interesting.
oh,
All I know is I'm very excited. I'm very excited about this.
welcome in.
This was
There we
in the photograph in the first episode for the Crawdaddy. He was holding this while kind of advertising his own outfit on the streets.
Oh, nice.
And I could not figure out what this was about, but I could read the words Zydeco, and it was driving me insane. So I was like, what does it have to do with anything? It looks like a comic book. So that's kind of cool.
So,
the Crawdaddy comic book.
comic book.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Comic book.
I'm just saying why I'm so excited about it.
Right?
So
It is.
he was showing this off in the first episode, and I was trying to read it, and it was so hard to read. You can only see pieces, and it just looked curious.
All right.
Oh,
Thank you, Satho, for that stretch. I appreciate it.
well, that's weird. We have another one of these. It's another Three Kings Ball thing.
Okay. So that looks like the
Maybe it's the one from the night
auction
of?
catalog. So that's the auction
Oh,
catalog.
yeah, that's what it is. Okay.
Okay.
I was so confused. I'm like, we already got an invite, so that's kind of odd. Oh, great. This is a lot of handwriting.
All right. Flyer.
I'd say that's what this is. Yeah,
Okay.
that sounds accurate. All right. Ooh, lots of little, little.
Hey,
snaps.
absolutely,
Some
Satho.
snaps.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
Looks like
I
we have
recognize
some
the three
photo
girls.
booth photos.
Yep. That's probably gonna bet. You think this is Jay?
Probably.
And then the three girls, and then that's probably Cyril.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bank that's probably either the girlfriend or Nona. What do you think?
Probably the girlfriend or somebody because he's got a ring that looks like he's proposing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then he's got the crown.
Okay.
So,
Okay, cool. And then that's the crawdaddy, isn't it?
huh?
That looks like the crawdaddy guy.
Yep, that's probably the crawdaddy. So there you go.
But wait, that woman and that woman are not the same.
No, I don't
No,
think so.
okay. That's right. Straight
Okay.
and curly. Okay.
So
How funny is that? The
yeah.
crawdaddy's like, I do not want to kiss. No, thank you.
And then
All
so we've
right.
also got after
Ooh.
that.
Ooh, we got dates and times.
Oh, good.
All right. What next?
All right. We've got
Ew.
cocktail
Someone
napkin.
did a little dabby dab.
Yeah, cocktail napkin.
Gross.
Maybe violet absinthe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the looks like a message on it of some kind.
Yep.
All
Try not
right.
to read it. It's not easy.
You've got a auction winners list
Yep. Okay.
and
so
a
all the codes.
bidders list.
Bidders list. Okay.
Okay.
So that's all the people's names, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've got of course, our letter from Sylvia.
Dun, dun, dun. Hi. You gonna help us?
I think she's gonna try.
Yeah. Party crasher. All right. So.
All right.
Intro letter here. You want me to go ahead or you want to?
So yeah, while you're reading that, I'll have this up on the screen here for you, chat. And while Red Panda's reading over this letter for you, I'll get this. As always, we put this stuff. So I scan all these items in and take photos of these items as well. So we will get this all put into the Discord while Red Panda is reading over what we've got from Sylvia.
Yay! All right, so Sylvia says, hi again. So a lot has happened since we last spoke. Yeah, I've been hard at work tracking the violent absinthe they found in Celestine's system and doing everything I can to figure out who won the absinthe at the Three Kings Ball. Since it was one of the biggest events of the season, I was there that night along with Celestine and Inez, and the rest of our suspects were there too. Just to give you some context, the Three Kings Ball is like a Super Bowl. On the first day of the carnival season, a bunch of crews stop competing and actually come together to raise money for Nola Kids Art, the org Celestine founded, by auctioning off various cool antiques from carnival history. It sounds nerdy, but we all love it. So Celestine, Inez, and I went to support the foundation and just to have a good time. It was about 6 weeks before Cel was murdered, and I guess it was kind of the swan song for the Bywater Babes. I vaguely remember some weird things and bad energy happening all around us, but I was too busy enjoying the party to really pay attention. I guess that's just another reason why I'm trying to figure out what happened in hindsight. Luckily for us, I did get in contact with Celestine's little cousin I was telling you about. His name's Elijah, and he's really sweet. Every mother's dream, if you know the type. Always polite, calls me ma'am, holds his grandma's purse on the way to church. Although I do think he's been trying to shake his wholesome image lately. He comes by Ink Your Bones at least once every few weeks to get a tattoo from me. Usually something to do with whatever manga he's into at the moment.
Yeah.
But I keep telling him he's too young to get one without parent permission. Fortunately, his studious side came in handy for us because he made some very detailed notes about what went on that night. Celestine let him be her intern for the event so that he could put it on his college applications. He's reorganized them on some of the documents for us. A flyer, a comic book that passed out at the Three Kings souvenir. So keep an eye out for those. He also gave us a spoon from the auction that someone left behind. I'm sending it as a thank you for all your hard work so far. I'm hoping we can use his notes to piece together who bought the bottle of violent absinthe. Our link to the killer. I can just picture each of our suspects coming up to Celestine in the graveyard holding out the bottle. Oh, you're here too? Let's have a drink, Cel. It's all water under the bridge. Mm-hmm. Every time I think about it, my blood boils. And speaking of things that upset me, when I stopped by MKML Den the other night, Inez was talking about the crew's post-Celestine future, again assuming she'd be elected captain. Eventually, she went outside for a smoke and left her phone just sitting on the table. Thankfully, she never locks her phone. And I couldn't help myself, so I just started digging. I found a text between her and Celestine on the night of the murder that you should really take a look at.
Okay.
I think about what happened between the two of them that night, And then I think about the three of us at the Three Kings Ball, and it all seems so wrong. When we were all laughing and having a good time, I could have never imagined that in a few weeks one of us would be dead, another a suspect. I still can't believe it. These were my best friends. So much for the Bywater Babes, right? I put the text on the desktop and also a link to the Three Kings Ball website, the password, and then let's see. I'm just counting on you to help me piece together events of that night, especially since we're getting so close. Just send me an email with the subject winner and the name of who won it, and we'll move on from there. Best of luck. I hope to hear from you soon, Sylvia.
Okay. So we just need to figure out who. So we're getting just send an email with the subject winner and name of who won the absence. So that is our objective. Pupper said DJ Pupper wanted to help out. So there we go.
She kept wondering what we were doing up here.
Right? I think
I
so.
know, we're just leaving you out.
Hi, Katie. Welcome back. I saw you wave a little bit there while Mrs. Strange was reading off the stuff. So there we go. So, Pup, are you going to let us investigate? Are we going to be able to go through the rest of the investigation, or are we just got to love on you the whole time? Is that what's got to happen?
Mommy, I'll put you in your little bee outfit. Okay. You won't hang around then.
All right.
All right. I'm sorry, Kona. We must get on to evidence. It's too exciting.
You going to sit, or are you going to...
Oh, decisions. Depends on if you're going to give her cookies, probably.
Right? Hi.
Oh, she's a charmer, gonna be honest.
So, where do we want to start?
It's just weird, because, like, this is it.
Yeah.
Usually it's a lot more paper, a lot more digging.
Right, so there's not a whole lot.
I have a feeling there's going to be a part 2, because this seems a little too, I don't want to say easy, because it's probably not easy, but I'm suspicious right now.
So there is something, so I do know that, like, when I went to grab that image of the tech stuff from Inez, there's also the Three Kings Ball website that she mentioned.
Okay.
So that is not something that was able to be like printed.
Yeah, so, it's kind of like what we did for Mallory Rock. You have to click through all the pages.
Yeah, you just got to click through all that stuff. So we'll have that as well that we'll pull up on screen for you all. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to like download that.
Worst case scenario, we may be able to do a screenshot of a page or two if there's something really juicy on there or something.
Yeah. So do we want to start with a quick look at, so we've got some auction winner. So we've got so some of the evidence that we looked at, right? So we had the winners sheet. We also have the bidders sheet. So
but we don't have any list of what the items were.
Well, isn't that that?
Oh, maybe. So maybe, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You scare me sometimes. Yep.
So I think that's, I mean, as crazy as it sounds, but I have a feeling that's like where we start, I guess.
Dive into the meat and potatoes?
Yeah. I mean, right? Like, I mean, we're just gonna like solve it like this. Okay, guys, done in 15 minutes. No.
After waiting for 2 months.
Right, I know, right? Like quick 30-minute episode. No, I'm just kidding. So even if this does solve it, I feel like that might be too easy almost.
I feel like there's
for
an
episode 5. There's got to be some kind of catch or something.
I'll be honest. Episode 5s are usually brutal.
Well, what I'm waiting on is like we're gonna figure out who won the bid, but
there's gonna be a catch.
Like I feel like with 4 people, like there's no way we're gonna go into episode 6 with 4 suspects remaining, right?
You wouldn't think, but I mean,
maybe
we've seen
3.
weirder things.
I think the most we've seen on any case is 3.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
These are the
I feel like
extra.
I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where we submit the question or the answer to the question that she wants, and then we're going to get hit by another task. That's what I feel like. So
yeah, I kind of agree with you.
All right. So do you need me to grab the auction sheet first? Do you want me to grab the auction book? Or actually, I'll pull it up.
I was just going to write the winners down first of each of the items, and then we could go back through and figure out the items, but my pen is, of course, disastrous.
All right, so we've got a Three Kings Ball auction catalog, basically.
Do you have any other pens in here? I didn't bring a pen. That's not working. It's okay. I'm just
thought I had one over here.
But... You can go and I'll step out and grab one. I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think the one you have is the one that I had in here. Found one. There you go. So glad I could help.
Thank you.
Found
In
one
case
for
these
you.
don't work.
Yep. In case all 60 of those don't work.
It would not surprise me some days.
You're right. All right. So, in this little or pamphlet or whatever you want to call this thing, you've got some stuff about NOLA Kids Art. So that was founded in 2011. Our coalition of artists, writers, dramatists, puppeteers, and musicians volunteer their time to provide arts mentorship, inspiration, and a safe space for at-risk young creatives across the Metro New Orleans area. The members of our board include such luminaries as Rubens, Jamaica Ray Ishikawa, Celestine Broussard, and Raheem Luanda.
When you said that, I thought you were going to say Jamaican me crazy. For some reason, like, I feel like that's like some alcoholic subject or something.
No.
Jamaica. That was just funny.
And then we go into where we have the auction items, of course. This is all from the Three Kings Ball auction to benefit the NOLA Kids Art Foundation, which took place on January 6th at the Clem Duggins House Grand Ballroom.
That sounds fancy.
All right. So we've got a few things here on the auction list. We've got, it looks like a framed Rex Parade newspaper article that was printed in La Belle de la Nouvelle Orleans. I probably butchered the heck out of that. All right. 1882.
Yes, it was great, baby. Great.
This article provides a record of the legendary 1882 Crew of Rex Parade, donated by the Yolanda Bloom Thomas Estate. We've got, after that is the collection of Carnival doubloons, various metals and plastic from 1943 to 1982. Completist's Dream, a collection of every doubloon from every major rolling crew for 4 decades.
Whoa.
All preserved in vacuum-sealed lucite containers, donated by the Edwin Pushkin Trust. Then we see the spoon, the antique absinthe spoon that we received as well. That's this right here. There you go. Lot number 16A03, 16 Alpha 03.
You want to know who did that one?
Huh?
Do you want to know who did that one?
Of who won it?
Yeah.
Yeah, who won that one?
Velma McSorley, the lady who got married but can't help but looky. I think she's the one that had the hots for Jay on the last, episode. She was even dreaming and fawning about him days later. Remember when she kept posting about him? And they're like, "You're married. What are you doing?"
That's right.
Oh, good old Velma.
So this is a sterling silver person design of circa 1890. Brought over from France by relatives of the Latrice Hopkins family in the early 1900s. It was purchased by a private collector in 1986, also known as the late 1900s. Donated by Anonymous.
It's cool.
Yeah, apparently we were born around the late 1900s. We grew up in the late 1900s.
I don't like that, just so we're clear.
I know.
Don't like that at all.
I do say.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I do say, good chap. It is time for us to go on to the next page.
I feel like we need to be twisting a little mustache.
Of these auctions.
Something.
All right. My non-existent little mustache. All right. So we've got Carnival Kings and Queens masks. That legendary mask used in the crew of Crocus's first Mardi Gras parade. Lot 16 Alpha 04. And then we've got Lot 16 Alpha 05 Disco Carnival Queen dress. This dress was featured in the inaugural parade of New Orleans. Only all roller skating crew. Donated by Kiki Etchinson. Lot 16 Alpha 06 is a self-portrait as Baron Samedi by Celestine Broussard. Oil on canvas, 3x5, donated by the artist. 3 foot by 5 foot, not 3 inches by 5 inches. Okay?
Mhm.
So it's much bigger than it first appears. All right. Ready to write down all of what everything is?
I actually only have 2 left. I think
Oh,
I can do it as
okay.
we go.
That works.
I was able to do it fast enough once the pen was working, you know what I mean?
Yeah. All right, 16 Alpha 07 scrapbook of parade float descriptions with watercolor renderings. We've also got Queen's Orb and Scepter as well. Trying to keep an eye on these, like see if I see any like names or anything like that to pop up. But
I think the name's going to matter with who buys it, not who's donated
so 16 Alpha 09.
Dun, dun, dun,
You've got the bottle of La Spirale Violette Artisanal Absinthe.
This thing
unopened.
Is much bigger than I was expecting it to be.
Circa.
I was thinking a bottle like this big, like itsy tiny.
Circa 1903. Glass, interior contents unknown. Rumored to be one of the last remaining authentic bottles of the madness-inducing violet absinthe brewed by Bayou sorceress Mère. What is that?
Mère Papitas.
Huh?
Mère Papitas. I think. I don't know.
Petitas.
Yeah.
Petitas.
Yeah.
Donated by Dave Turner.
Nona's ex-husband. I just realized it. Like, I'm like dying over here as you're reading. I'm like, go faster!
Is that what it was?
Dave Turner would be Nona Turner's ex-husband.
Oh.
She complains about it in our text. It took me a second because I'm like, Dave Turner, that needs to be important. This is very important. This is a very expensive item.
Right.
This is a very coveted item. Remember how much she kept talking about how that was like hers and she
Oh,
was
that's
entitled to
right.
it.
That's right.
That makes sense if her husband took it and ended up donating it for free.
Right.
Woo.
All right.
Sorry, I got very excited about that little tidbit.
All right, so then we've got 16 Alpha 10, which is early French accordion, unknown manufacturer, rosewood with decorative accents, Parisian design, circa 1900. This famous Wheeze box was built in Paris and features the original wooden frame. According to legend, it once belonged to the King of Clowns, a semi-mythical traveling entertainer from the Great Depression, donated by Monsieur Zeppo La La La. All right, 16 Alpha 11 is the Krewe of Poseidon Carnival Ball Invitation. And then 16 Alpha 12 is the Krewe of Crocus Ball Invitation, the World's Worship. Then we've got, of course, a couple advertisements of everything else is... Uh-oh, you okay?
Sorry, I'm good. Yep.
Is Who Dat Crispy Bird? Everything else is Slim Pickens. Just ask Uncle Eddie.
I just realized who Pickens was in these little notes. Pickens was, I'm pretty sure, Eddie.
Oh, okay.
He owns Who Dat Crispy. So I was getting ready to write him down, and I made a disaster.
How placing... All right, so and then we've also got a hound in need as a friend indeed. Now placing pooches in forever homes across the Gulf Coast. Call Nona Turner to meet your forever friend today.
I'm laughing because now I'm just imagining her like just pocketing every pet in her bedroom. Like, forget
right? Yeah, exactly.
Keep it.
And then we've got the just the back cover then again of the Three Kings ball. So there you go, man. It has been really dry air.
I don't think we've refilled the things lately, so that's probably half our problem. We should probably refill.
Probably. We probably need to refill the humidifiers.
They're a little too quiet.
All right. So, what did we find out? So, what? I know you were writing down auction items and writing down names.
Yes. So, do we want to know the juiciest one first, like the absinthe, or you want me to just go?
I mean, I guess so. Yeah. I mean, that's the one we really care about, right?
Monsieur Zeppo. La la.
Monsieur Zeppo, la la la.
$17,500.
Bought the absinthe. So now we're gonna get to the point. And I had a feeling because we've been getting like hints. I feel
I already know who that is.
Like we've been getting hints on who that is and stuff like that. And so it's been like kind of like there, knowing that at some point we're gonna have to figure out who Monsieur.
La la.
Yeah, Z is. All right. Everybody always asks, who is Monsieur Z? But never how is Monsieur Z.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think isn't there even some joke amongst all of them for like figuring out like who that is, and there might be something they win or
Yeah.
something. I thought there was like a huge joke
I
about
can't remember
that.
about if there's like something they win, but yeah. All right. So, do we want to type in that name?
I think so.
Okay. So
You
we've
want to try
got
that?
the other evidences that we've got before I click that in real quick, but we've got the napkin that has a message on it, NOPD, please come outside quietly with us, Miss Turner. So napkin.
Oh, I didn't read any of that. I didn't know we were going on. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just going over it real quick just so that when we type this in, if we have to go back to the thing, we kind of know what we have.
Okay, can you read it to me one more time? Because I totally
So
missed
the
whole thing.
napkin says NOPD, please come outside quietly with us, Miss Turner.
Okay.
This is a napkin that we believe maybe has the violet absinthe on it. And it is a note, like basically a note that was handed to or written on, like maybe Miss Turner was standing there, so the NOPD didn't want to cause a scene at the Three Kings Ball, and is basically asking for Miss Turner to come with them.
Oh, that's right, because even in the last episode, in the summary part, they mentioned that when Celestine turned her in, they showed up and arrested her that night.
That's right.
And so that would make sense. This is the same night that she got turned in, basically, and they're showing up to arrest her.
Yeah, so, and then she wrote back saying, whatever she told you, she's a liar. And then them writing back then to her saying, we'd prefer to do this without making a fuss. We've got the Three Kings Ball, the photo booth photos that we were looking at a little bit ago, which does have some dates down here at the bottom, or timestamps down at the bottom. So they're all from January 6th, which would be the Three Kings Ball. And then we've got the flyer as well for Three Kings Ball. And then saying from 7 p.m. to midnight, and somebody writing, or more like 12:40 to be honest. On the back side of that, there were some notes about open bar, dinner.
We're going a little fast. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're okay. Because I'm going through real quick about it, and I'm going to type that name into the thing to see what our next step is.
Okay.
So I'm just summarizing what
I know.
we have
I'm just trying to follow where you're at. I was here and you were here. And
you're okay. So yeah, so the photos. So we had the photos with the timestamps on the back.
We don't even have clear who's in these photos and what time they were done.
Correct. We haven't gone over it yet.
So you're just glossing, but we're going to go back over it.
We're glossing over everything real quick.
Way too quick. Okay. All right.
Yeah, we're just glossing over real quick so we are familiar with what we have, so that when we type this name in, if we get tasked with another item, then we kind of know maybe where to start.
Oh, okay.
So on the back of the flyer are some notes, stuff about the open bar, live music, dinner, blind auction, and other revelry as well. Something saying cops showed up, probably at Three Kings first. So, but yeah. So we'll see there on all of that. We've got the comic book as well from, who's that? The Crawdaddy?
Yes.
Yep, so from Crawdaddy. We've also got, like I said, so here's the photo of that spoon. A little bit better. That's in the Discord as well if you want a little bit closer look up of that. We've got the crown as well. All right, so let's get in here and I guess take a look at and get the name put in. I guess we'll just go ahead and submit the email.
I just saw something really interesting in this photo when you get done.
Okay, yeah. We've also got the text to Inez, and then we also have the Three Kings Ball website as well that we have for evidence. All right, you are going to have to spell this name as soon as I get this pulled up. Okay. How do I spell this?
I want to say it's probably the way it was written right here, so let's go with this. Hold on. Sorry. Here we go. M. Space ZEPPO space LA dash LA. If that doesn't work, we have to type out the word Monsieur.
Okay.
But it's M Zeppo la 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 this bidder form.
Okay, so that's submitted. Yep. Okay. So here's what we got. This is the answer we got back from submitting that. I'm gonna get a screenshot of that for you to put into the Discord. Okay. Put that in there. Spoiler. Alright, we figured out who won the absinthe. Alright. Post that in here and hide that for you for anybody that doesn't quite need to see that quite yet. And here we go. So this is our answer back from Sylvia. I just made everything hide. Second here. Okay, there we go. Where did I put? There it is. Okay. So this is what our answer was. So Monsieur Zeppo, I see what you mean, but I don't know who La 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 actually is. And he makes a point to keep it that way. Do you think you could figure out his real name? Just reply to this email when you've got it. How do I reply to the email when there's no reply option?
What was this thing? One more time, babe. Sorry.
What?
Can you read it one more time?
Oh, yeah.
I missed it. Sorry.
You're okay. Monsieur Zeppo? I see what you mean. But I don't know who La 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 actually is, and he makes a point to keep it that way.
Oh, I have his actual
Do
name.
you think you could figure out his real name?
I already
Just
know
reply to this email when you've got it.
Is there any links anywhere that you're not looking for? Because remember all the
No,
ones where he was selling stuff?
There's no links in this email, no. From Sylvia. This is from Sylvia.
Okay. But it says reply to it, right?
Correct, yeah. But there's no, like, reply button. So I'm guessing we just gotta do a new message. Maybe. Inbox. Maybe I'm just not seeing it.
Well, all he goes by is Good Finds Guy. Is that really good enough? Oh, no. I get it. We need to email him at goodfindsguy@59.
Why do we email him, though?
Oh, I don't know. I think it's this guy. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Sorry,
so what's his name?
He only goes by a guy Good Finds.
Okay.
Guy space Good Finds.
Maybe we do it in here. So maybe it's not as simple as that. Maybe we just got to get it down to his real name.
No. Good Finds with a Z on the end, and it's Good Finds is together.
Okay.
FINDZ. I can't see it from here, so I'm asking.
Anything capitalized besides the G?
G capital OOD F capital INDZ.
Okay.
I just can't see the letters from here.
Yep,
Sorry.
you're good. Guy Good Finds. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll submit that one. So this one, we got the reply back saying, I'm not quite sure what you mean. We're looking for the name of the person who won the Violet Absinthe. When you know the name of that person, send me another email. You got this.
We've never seen a photo of Dave Turner. What if Dave Turner, the spouse of Nona, ex-spouse of Nona, was the one who donated it, but also the one that bought it?
Maybe.
What if he's the good finds guy?
Okay.
I mean, this is the only photo I've got of this guy, and I've not seen him in any other photo in this entire show. You have to look at the photo to talk about. It's the only photo I've got of this guy. besides
Right.
the photo of him in makeup as a clown.
Okay.
But he's not been in any other photos or any other name that I know of. Unless we keep going through all this, but wait. By the way, backing up for a second, I don't think that's Jay. The face isn't right. He doesn't have the goatee. I think that's the intern they were talking about.
Oh, okay.
But look how uncomfortable Sylvia looks in the first two photos. She
right.
looks legitly like awkward.
Yeah, let me pull that up here. Yeah,
like
just a little bit.
Cringy.
Yeah, that second photo right there, really.
And then there's a hand. There's a hand on her shoulder on the right in that photo. That second photo where she looks really uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, I see somebody. Yeah, like a hand, but the hand's like held out like this. It's not. And then you see the hand. Okay, so I wonder if that's this person here starting to come in.
Because it looks like that would be Cel, but I just can't quite tell. It's because it's all black and white. It's hard to tell. Right. But yeah, I thought it was weird because she looks uncomfortable, and all of a sudden she's looking down into the right where the hand is.
Right.
And then all of a sudden someone else in there, and she's more giggly. And then all three of them are in there, but it almost looks fake because none of them are drinking anymore. Like, it just doesn't look as authentic.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's Jay. I think that's somebody else.
It's a ring pop. I was trying to figure out where the ring went, but his mouth looked weird.
He's got it in that. He's got his ring pop in his mouth.
The ring pop's in his mouth, look. But she's like, what? And then, like, so I think she took it and shoved it in his mouth and then stormed off.
Funny.
I think that's what that was.
That is funny. That does not surprise me in the slightest.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So
I think, what was it, Breezy Bellwether or something really ridiculously stupid?
I think that's what that is.
I think that's who that chick is. Okay.
Yep. And then you've got the Crawdaddy. So
all right, well, let's keep going for now. We can always come back.
Yeah. Okay. So let's do a deeper dive and try to see if we can't figure out then who this like the actual, like an actual person's name.
See, that's Jay. You see the goatee there? It just isn't the same person, I don't think. I'm actually just going back through all these really quick to make sure I'm not missing a face that's got a name attached to it that I would recognize.
Okay. So the catch was they're not necessarily looking for we figured out that it's Monsieur Zeppo but we don't know who that actually is. I mean, we have suspicion that we can tie it to somebody else, but we don't know that person's real name either. So we just need to get down somehow to the real name. So we've got we looked at the photos real quick here. Looked at the cocktail napkin, the notes from the flyer. Let's take a look at this real quick.
What?
The notes on the flyer, the back of the flyer. That's it. You got it.
I was trying to get to the front of the flyer too, though, because I haven't seen that either. So
okay. Yeah, so you got the front of the flyer with some photos on it. I don't know if, obviously those would probably be from past photos of past event. Notes, open bar, bartender ran out of ice, sent me out to get some moments after the Bayou Balladeers started playing. And I missed 20 minutes of their set. Shakes fist. Total vomit fest. What do you expect when you have an open bar that runs for 5.5 hours? Passed out go cups for last call. Thankfully, we were able to shove everyone out the door within the next 10 minutes. Live music. Bayou Balladeers started 45 minutes late. Maybe they'd have gotten there faster if they were the Bayou up-tempoers.
So I'm laughing because he missed 20 minutes of the Bayou Balladeers, but they were also 45 minutes late starting.
Right.
So that's actually kind of funny.
Played their full set, and Petite Mort went on right after. Even so, PM's set got cut short by half, and they were not happy. When they complained, I told them I was just an intern. Dinner, a lady complained her etouffee was cold. I told her I was just an intern. I didn't get to try anything, but that take-home blueberry cobbler they passed out right before last call. Everyone just ate them at the party anyway. Blind auction started 10 minutes late, And then they added another 20 minutes to the bidding. Rich people. Jeremy's remarks only added 3 minutes total. That guy is a total pro.
He was like the speaker person, like the opener kind of thing.
Got bored halfway through the night, so I tried to get some intel on the identity of Monsieur Zeppo La La La, the clown in chief from whatever that is, to Le Buffoon. Whoever he is, I bet he's some kind of public figure. Maybe a politician? Bidder paid for this absinthe spoon, never picked it up. I guess she was enjoying the party so much, she forgot to come back. I might have accidentally marked it as retrieved, and now it's been so long I can't return it. Please don't tell anyone. And other revelry. Cops showed up, probably at Three Kings first. Okay, no, make that twice. Dining room table flipped over by Meathead twin bros 15 minutes or so before last call. Filmmaker lady complained, but I told her I was only an intern, just like I told everyone else. Sigh. So his thoughts are that it's some kind of politician.
Or public figure. I'm thinking
crawdaddy.
But
some kind
my
of public
question,
figure.
if it's crawdaddy, is how can he be two totally different people that are both very well known?
I don't know.
So I'm trying to find a photo of Crawdaddy to compare to the photo of the Mr. Zeppo thing that I'm suspicious of. Do you want to read the comic while I'm looking through for photos?
Yeah, we can do that.
I just have a feeling that this might point us in the right direction. If there's anything Crawdaddy-like, anything Monsieur Zeppo like. Well, actually, no, hold on, something's written on the back of this. Okay, Sylvia, time for some math. Ball went over by 40 minutes. 2 folks arrested, I think. 3 puddles of vomit I personally cleaned up. 1 guest who said thank you the whole entire night. And 0 things I wouldn't do for you, Miss Syl. Interesting.
I'm guessing that note is from the intern.
You think?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because he's crushing on her, I think.
Yeah,
that's creepy.
I think so.
Oh my god.
What?
Crawdaddy. Someone has an accordion?
Yeah.
An accordion, like Mr. Zeppo La La. Yeah. He had an accordion, he played it all the time.
Maybe.
So maybe in here it'll tell us who hangs out with him so that we would know who it is.
Yeah.
Wait.
Alright, so do you want me to read it or?
Yes, please.
Okay. Red Panda's getting excited. He's finding stuff. All right, the Crawdaddy in Teetotalian Zydeco. All right. Written and illustrated by Beauregard Q. Kunkel. All rights preserved forever unto perpetuity. All right. Let's see. So, this comic tract was produced with a most generous contribution by the world-famous Who Dat Crispy Bird chain of eateries. Hey kids, cut out your proudly display your Crawdaddy Temperance Corps membership card today. Join the Crawdaddy in calling out ribaldry? Yeah, ribaldry. And foolishness wherever you see it. Alright, surely there's no finer thing than a scrumptious meal accompanied by some hot hometown horn blowing. Why, I'd even presume to declare the Big Easy the most finest point on the globe for help. Alright. Goodness! A desperate call of distress on my lunch hour. Hey now. Alright. Holy jambalaya, that man in peril is Mr. Eddie, the generous proprietor of New Orleans' favorite fried chicken restaurants. Alright, so wasted. I want the extra special secret chicken. Oh my god, I so need a Who Dat Crispy Bird selfie. Blood!
YOLO!
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like that.
I'm really enjoying this. Did you see the thigh or wing part? Did you
no, I didn't.
Yeah, he's got literally
Who
photos
Dat Crispy Bird.
of thigh or wing.
Yeah, thigh. Okay. There you go. All right, and then we've got these out-of-towners will drown the good folks in New Orleans in their pickled stupidity. What, pray tell, is the meaning of this fragrant chicken proprietor harassment? Yo, what? It's the IRL Crawdaddy. Oh my god, we have to post a pic together. Oh, cool. More. Man, this dude you can't stop throwing up. All right, come on now, y'all. All I want to do is try up some crispy chicken. Think, Crawdaddy, think. What soothes the savage beast? Music. You wouldn't happen to have anything I can play up there, Eddie? Hey, hey, now, I do indeed. This old magic accordion ought to do it. That old King O' Clowns gave it to me upon his passing, and it is still my very most prized possession. Cuisine Creole is the thing for thee, a large po' boy with extra debris. Don't know about y'all, but I'm starving. I need that crispy chicken. Crawdaddy, I can't thank you enough for putting old Eddie's behind out of that mess. Or pulling old Eddie's behind out of that mess. Now all I got is happy customers. Well, with 5 locations of Who Dat Crispy Bird in the Metro NOLA area, ain't every customer a happy customer? Hey, hey, hey now. All right, so one giant advertisement. All right. The official Crawdaddy t-shirt. You need one, kids. Order one now and help support your favorite hometown hero who needs stable additional income streams to continue his fight for a world rooted in proprietary. Available in extra small, XXL, 2XL, and muscle tees.
The muscle tees is fantastic.
All right, be sure to follow the Crawdaddy's real life adventures on Birder at Crawdaddy Nola.
All right, here's the photo we have of Zeppo Lala.
Okay.
To me, he looks so much like the Good Finds guy. It's not funny.
So maybe Uncle
he
Eddie?
could be Eddie? But the thing is, I swear we got pictures of Eddie at some point, and I didn't think they looked alike. Crawdaddy's definitely not the guy.
Well,
I mean,
maybe the
really,
whole Good Finds guy is a red herring.
I don't think that.
All right.
Here's the photo of him holding his little thing.
The Crawdaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Crawdaddy, so that's not Eddie.
Right, I know. I'm telling you, like, that's the Crawdaddy. I don't believe that's the guy that's Monsieur Zeppo. Ooh la la. The faces aren't nearly the same.
Right.
Yeah. So I was just saying that's the Crawdaddy, and in
sorry, when I was saying Eddie, you had said that, but Eddie didn't look like the
I didn't have a picture of Eddie. The Crawdaddy did not look like the Good Finds guy.
Got it.
Yeah, like I don't have a picture of Eddie to compare. That's what I'm hunting for right now.
Okay. So I'm wondering, then it might be Eddie. We're not sure.
You can try it if you want while I'm hunting.
I don't know what Eddie's last. Do you know what Eddie's last name would be?
He owns the chicken place, so I can find out. Here, give me 2 seconds. They talk about him quite a bit in the chicken thing, which is the third one. Here we go. Eddie, you ready for it? I'm going to spell it. My God.
No,
yeah.
Go ahead.
EDDIE space.
Okay.
SERRITELLA.
Okay. Okay. There we go. That was it. That comic book is what gave it away with that accordion.
I'm still trying to find the photo.
With the accordion, that's what gave it away. So, all right.
Yeah, I've got a long-standing bet going with my cousin about the true identity of Zeppo. If he ever reveals his name, I could be a very rich man someday.
Yeah. Oh, is that what Eddie said?
No, that's what Nate Yerba said. They were betting. Okay. I knew there was a bet somewhere about naming who he was.
Right. Okay. So let's do this. Let's take a screenshot of this real quick. Okay.
Oh my gosh, they put a hint in on the first episode.
Did they?
Under the same Crawdaddy article where he's showing off his comic book, it literally says under Wayland Mister, he's just some old hippie from McBooma. Even a costume can't change that. I mean, come on, just be yourself if you're so great. Same thing with that stupid clown from Tous les Bouffons.
Huh.
Pretty
It was who made that comment? Did Eddie make that? Like,
Yeah,
what do you mean there was a hint?
He's basically saying Crawdaddy and the Tous les Bouffons guy hang out a lot together.
Oh, okay. I see.
And Eddie is hanging out with him all the time. It's a very sneaky hint.
All right.
Did it ever
Let's
say
see.
Good Finds guy was not the guy, or just it wanted a different name?
It just I did not. Good finds guy. It just said I don't understand. We're looking for the person that bought the absinthe. So. All right. So here we go, chat. This is our next little thing here. I'll get this put into the Discord as well. So, Eddie Saratella did win the bottle of Violet Absinthe under his carnival alter ego, Monsieur Zeppo La La La. At first, I didn't believe you, but you're right. He definitely bought the bottle. Even so, I just knew he couldn't have killed Celestine. I mean, he was literally on his cruise float that night. And unless he's secretly a magician, there's no way he could be on the float and still be giving Celestine the absinthe in the cemetery at the same time. But just to be sure, I called him to hear his side of the story. He was very cooperative and told me that somebody stole the bottle right off of his table when he got up to refresh his drink. He even showed me his copy of the police report. Fortunately for him, I think we can clear Eddie of the murder. But who stole the absinthe? Since Cel drank from this one-of-a-kind bottle seconds before her death, I think the thief is also our killer. That means we can clear anyone who was not present when Eddie's absinthe was stolen, which he says was 40 minutes after the bidding ended, whenever that was. I tried to remember any events from the ball, but the only thing that could be of any use for the investigation was that Inez shot some footage for the documentary that night. Unfortunately, all I have is the video from her website. It's password protected, but if you can find a way in, maybe it could help you construct some sort of timeline that includes people's movements in and out of the ball. When you find someone who could not have stolen the Violet Absinthe, just send me an email with the subject line cleared and tell me their full name. I'm counting on you, Sylvia. All right, and we have the locked video. So all right. Let me see. Okay, so when I type this in, it just says that. Okay. Find out. The password hint. The blank 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 is nigh. No spaces.
It's the thing from a few episodes ago. The time for, or like the something something I have. I know exactly what it is. It's like the Celestine's basically rule is coming to an end, and they're taking over. It's Inez's little.
Okay.
Inez is taking over. I got it. Give me 2 seconds.
Okay. See, look. I mean, freaking.
I'm still mad
memory.
about the Zeppo thing.
I wish I could have that kind of memory.
It rhymed, which is the only reason I'm remembering it. It's like I'm trying to find it in my head, and it's like it was the thing we decoded off of the parade planners. If that helps at all.
Okay.
The age of Celestine is ending. The age of I is nigh.
The age of like EYE.
Yes.
That's it.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
I did do my homework there. I made sure
Okay.
to abbreviate everything.
So we won't be able to put this video in the Discord because there's not like a website link. Oh wait, I can download it?
It surprised me because you can usually slow it down and speed it up.
Yeah, but a lot of times the videos it won't let me download because
Mm.
especially those ones that are in between cases and all that stuff. So
While you're working on that really quickly, I do have a question for everyone. Did we find out an exact time that Nona was arrested? Seriously, did we find out time that she was
I don't
arrested?
think so.
She was arrested midway through the ball. She's probably not going to be the person who stole the absinthe. You know what I mean? Which would therefore eliminate her technically in my head.
Let's see. How do I do? I remember how to mark words as a spoiler in Discord to block it out. Oh wait, now I remember. Okay. You said password. Okay, so it was the Age of I, right?
So I think was already there, but yeah, it was
Right.
Age of I is nigh. Yeah, basically Celestine's rules coming into an end, and I know it's coming in and taking over. It's not negotiable.
All right, there we go. Got it. All right, and then we're going to upload this. Let's see if I can upload this if the file's not too large. Hopefully Discord doesn't get mad at me. Okay, cool. So there we go. All right, so this is the video. I've got that up in the Discord. We will play that here in a second as well. And then we'll probably dive into, I think, the text and the website and everything else probably to help us with.
Yeah. So we're already finding out
timelines.
it went over to 12:40. He's verifying that here. So
Yeah.
ended at 12:40. We know that. I'm trying to
Started
find
at
all the
7.
numbers we know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then do I need to dig out the original? Oh, here it is, 7 p.m. Okay. Because we have the website ball on the website too with all the timelines. Before we do the video, do you mind? Could we go ahead and go to the website briefly just so we can get an idea?
Yeah.
When was the one band, when like the Moretit Sextant or whatever, like each of them, can you tell me when each one's going to play so we can then do the math backwards to figure out when they actually started?
Yeah.
If we don't have all that lined up, I don't think that video is going to make a whole lot of sense.
Okay.
Would that be okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
So 7 p.m. it started.
All right. So here, do you want the text finance real quick?
Sure.
Okay. Just in case it's something as well tied to that for timeline.
I assume it was her and Cell talking at some point. So.
Yeah. Here, let's see. That's actually over here. Okay.
I feel like that video is going to mean a lot more to us once we know more of the timeline from that night, which we need the notes from the intern, but we need the actual schedule on the website to know for sure what the intern's talking about as far as timing.
Yes. Yeah.
Does that
I
make
agree.
sense to work it backwards?
All right. So the text messages are I'm really afraid, or I question mark, it looks like or something like that, I think is what it is. Looks like 2 eyes. Yeah. I'm really afraid. Can you please meet me at St. Louis number 1? I don't want to be alone right now. Seriously, do you not remember shutting me down like an hour ago? Please, we used to be the Bywater Babes, ride or die. But you're still just standing on our shoulders without lifting us up, too. I love my work and myself too much to keep letting you do this. Peace, Mike. I'm guessing mic drop. What? Of course I want to lift you up. I just don't want to be alone right now. Please, are you really going to do me like this? Okay, so question mark. I'm really afraid. That's what it is at the beginning. All right, so...
hold on a second. What time did she send that?
This is at... So...
Seriously, like what time did
it
she
looks,
send it?
appears at the top, like the start of these messages was on February 16th at 11:26 p.m.
So that was a minute after she left Z's shop.
So, well, yeah, because her time of death was between 11:25 and 12:10.
And she left Z's shop at 11.
So now we know that she was at least alive at 11:26.
But what happened in Z's shop that made her that scared?
I don't know.
Z gave her that little note that was not that mean. I mean, it was a little bit like sketch, but it wasn't like that sketch.
Yeah. So
yeah, it just says tomorrow was never promised. Make sure you're walking in the right direction.
Yeah.
Z handed that to Sel when she was leaving.
So I don't know on that one. But yeah. So Inez and Sel had some communication.
A minute after she leaves Z's shop, she texts Inez saying she's really scared.
Right.
Huh. You know what?
Well, you don't know why?
It's because was telling her to go straight home.
Right, and in that message, though, remember, she was already freaked out because of the alligator.
Yeah, but she found out about the gator a while ago. She thought death was coming.
Right. But at first, she brushed it off. Right. Originally.
Yeah.
And then stuff, I think it was, if I remember right, something like stuff started triggering, and then she started getting more stressed out about it.
Yeah.
And then that's why she went to Z's shop, was because she was stressed out about that stuff. And she really needed the, cleanse and all that.
But even Z in her notes, legitly told her to go straight home, and she didn't. Worried enough to make her own gree-gree, but refused further help, took one look at the card and said she was going to go guarantee her tomorrow. I told her to go straight home, but she said she had to visit Marie. Some people think they got it all figured out.
Yeah.
So she thought that she absolutely had to go see Marie, do whatever she needed to do to guarantee her tomorrow.
Right.
When in reality, that's what costed her tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like someone knew without question she was going to be there no matter how scared she was. Someone knew her that well that even fear of death was not going to keep her from going to Marie Laveau's grave.
All right, so let's look at this Three Kings website here.
If you can just let me know times things are supposed to start, then we can start to lay out what really happened.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, we are proud to announce Three Kings Ball, established in 2018. This year's Three Kings Ball will take place on January 6th at the Clem Duggins Grand Ballroom. Tickets can be purchased from any member of the participating crews. Get them while they lasted. Now, here's my question. So, this ball took place over a month ahead of her death.
January 6th. She died on February 16th.
Yep. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think what happened is all the events, so all the issues she had with people pretty much happened by then. Because remember that first episode, she had all those messages from everybody saying, we hate you and why we hate you and all that crap.
Yeah, true.
So by then, all the issues that she had, the beef she had with people was out. And by then, she had ratted out most people to whatever to get what she needed out of the situation. So even though she was trying to do the right thing, it ended up burning a lot of bridges in a short amount of time.
Okay.
And Inez always felt like she was smothered or stifled or not allowed to grow to her full potential because Celestine was in her way. Fortier, he thought Celestine backstabbed him because she was his, a family member almost. He took her under his wing. He helped her out. He paid her to allow her to do art on his property, design his bags. He did all this stuff to help her. They were family. And then she goes and ruins his entire family legacy. His family's legacy was that crew. Right. The Pirate Brothers, they got backstabbed, even though they weren't really backstabbed. They thought they were. Everyone had some issue with their Nona. I mean, Nona literally got in trouble with the law and was going to lose not only the crew of her dreams, but potentially face criminal prosecution,
Yeah, absolutely.
So, I think they've all got legit beef with her.
Yep.
So.
No, I agree. So we've got Chapman. Who do you think so far? We've got Eddie, but he was, we ruled him out right away as soon as I figured his name out. Chapman, who do you think took it? At this point, I don't have.
So the one question I have is who sat near Nona? Because wherever Nona was at, that violent absinthe was nearby, based on the smudge on that napkin.
True. Yeah.
And it happened before she was arrested. But if she stole the drink, how did she get it out of there if she was arrested at the ball? I really feel like the person we're eliminating right now is Nona. I really do. And it's purely because even though the drink was near her, she most likely was arrested before the ball ended. So how could she have gotten the drink out of that ball somewhere? Maybe she stole it originally, but someone else stole it from her.
No, I agree.
I don't know. I kind of want to see the video based on that, but I thought having more of the information would help.
Yeah. So, all right, so this is where we're at. So, in the news of the Three Kings Ball site. So, here are some of the Three Kings Ball's latest announcements. Confirmed, this year's Three Kings Ball to benefit the NOLA Kids Art Foundation will take place on January 6th at the Clem Duggan's house. All right, confirmed, catering for this year's ball will be lovingly provided by none other than Chef Geraldine Watkins Blanc of Bistro Avec Noir. We all watched our hometown culinary superstar rise to global stardom on the streaming series The Chef's Apron, when she brought Cajun and Creole ingredients and flavors into the strange new world of molecular gastronomy. Now she's back in town from a 6-month stint in Kyoto, Japan, with a whole new spin on the crawdad. Can't wait, us neither. Buy your tickets today. Due to unforeseen circumstances, the crew of Versailles will not be participating in this year's Three Kings Ball. Press release. New Orleans' own superhero, the Crawdaddy, has been outspoken about shameless behavior on the streets of his thick city. But we have just learned that the Crawdaddy has requested he protect our fair Three Kings Ball from the dastardly dangers of drunkenness and debauchery in person this year. The NOLA Police Department has graciously donated the cost of Mr. Crawdaddy's ball ticket so that he may keep us all safe during our celebrations. Bless you, Crawdaddy.
See, he just seems like a giant, like, staple for Who Dat Crispy Chicken. Like, he doesn't really sell.
I know, right?
Yeah. He's just an ad. He's a walking advertisement. Like, it's just so funny.
All right. Who we are, so this is a little bit more kind of like what's in the thing about that they're providing a platform for members of all crews to gather in harmony as a single community. And this year's beneficiary of fundraising will be, as always, the NOLA Kids Art Foundation. NOLA Kids Art Board of Directors. We went over them already.
Oh, so one's an actor and activist. Okay.
Yep, one's an actor. Yeah, so Rubens is actor and activist, former reigning king of Krewe, Babalu. Jamaica, composer and musician, former artist in residence for the Albert Cho Memorial Fellowship. Celestine, who we know. And Londa, founder and CEO of Bywater whatever do Salvador.
Okay. CEO of, okay.
All right. The ball itself, we've got the blind auction. At our blind auction, you'll find carnival collectibles and antiques from the collections of dozens of Mardi Gras historians. All bidding is done in silence and in secret.
So blind auction doesn't mean that everyone's like bidding on a blind item. They're bidding without knowing each other's bidding. Just to make sure I'm clarifying that.
And
they know what they're bidding on.
That's why everybody was assigned numbers.
Yeah.
And so then when you're looking, when you write down and you place your bid, you write your number.
Because basically someone starts it off low and everyone else comes after that with a number and starts it up higher.
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got musical performances by the Cocktails Zydeco Orchestra.
It doesn't say when, though.
No. The Bayou Balladeers and La Petite Mort Sextet. All right. Catering, elevated Creole and Cajun specialties provided by Chef Geraldine Watkins Blanc. All right. Schedule of events. 6:45, doors open. Live music by Cocktails Zydeco Orchestra. 7 to 11, open bar.
Hold on, sorry. When was the orchestra? Is that right? When the doors open?
Yes.
You said it was Zydeco that...
Mm-hmm.
Wait, sorry, say that one more time.
The Zydeco Orchestra.
So the Zydeco word is in there again, because that's the same word that was in the comic book. Zydeco. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Cocktails Zydeco Orchestra. Okay.
Oh wait, from the, what is that thing called? Is
what?
It the desktop? Is that what it is? This thing, the Royal Street case site. What does she keep referring to that as?
I think it's like the case. She calls it the case something. It's on the, here, it's on this. Just calls it on this. It's the virtual desktop.
Oh, okay. All right. From the virtual desktop. All right. Let me add this file in real quick from the iNoS text because I forgot to add that into the Discord. And then I'm going to also add in the screenshot of the schedule of events.
Okay.
So, all right. So this is all stuff that can be found before you even type in somebody's name. So it's not any kind of spoiler warning for anybody, but you've got 7 to 10. You've got a blind auction of Carnival Curiosities. So from 7 to 10 is when your auction was.
Okay.
Oh, you found something different with it?
No, you were just getting ready to post it in the thing. Because the first page you clicked on was all the musicians, and I thought that's where all the information was going to be. Right. And it wasn't. I just started digging this out, and I found that it was about the time you found that. And since you started to screenshot it, I just figured while you were doing that, I would just keep writing.
Yeah, no worries.
So,
all right.
Trying to explain my logic, it just frustrated me because it was supposed to be on the previous page.
Well, it is. Like, so that's...
Right, no, I know, but... I'm not going to try to explain.
Oh, okay.
I'm just letting you know, like, at the time, I didn't know it was one long page. I'm not looking on my end. You were pulling it up. All I saw was those 3 things. You were reading the names, so I kept looking for the actual schedule. Okay. I didn't know if the schedule was going to be on there. So
right. No worries. All right, so 10 to 11, live music by the Bayou Balladeers. 10 to 11 as well, dinner service by Chef Geraldine Watkins-Blanc. And then from 11 to 12, live music by Le Petit Mort Sextet. So we know that live music by the Bayou Balladeers, that they started late, right? So Correct. They didn't actually start at 10 o'clock.
And that's kind of why I was getting like what the actual timeline was, so we can go through now and kind of write out what really the timeline was for real, now that we know what was planned.
Makes sense.
So...
All right, and then these are all the crews. Obviously, I mean, Krewe Versailles did not participate. And then we've got the sponsors for the event. 48 Foods, Royal Street Social, Who Dat Crispy Bird, Go Now Magazine, and Pelican Dental Center. All right. So that's where we're at with all of that. So I guess now we would look at, once we have that timeline, we'd look at the video, right?
Correct, yeah. And I'm still working on the timeline, sorry.
Yeah, you're okay.
Was there anything else we needed to read that we hadn't read yet by chance?
I don't think so.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, we've been through all of this.
So the open bar ran for 5.5 hours. If it opened at 7, 11 to 8, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11.
So 7 to 11 is 4 hours.
Right.
So it ended up running way beyond what it was supposed to.
So that's what I was trying to do the math on. So if it started at 7, it went for 5.5 hours, you're talking at
12:30.
Like literally right before they kicked people out the door.
Right.
So the open bar.
Well, yeah, because that's what they said was they did last call with to-go cups and got everybody out within 10 minutes.
12:30 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do the math on each of these things. We still don't know exactly what parts of the Bayou Balladeers he missed, but 20 minutes of their set he missed because the ice ran out.
Yeah, okay, so that's all adds up. So the 5.5 hours of the bar.
Yeah.
So
it adds up to the 12:40.
To the 12:40 that he put, yeah.
All right.
So we've got that.
So everyone out of building, we can say at 12:40 then.
Yeah. Suppose everybody was gone by 12:40.
Okay.
Which, yeah. So anybody that would have, anybody that was still technically there after 12:10.
Okay. So the Balladeers were supposed to start at 10. So we're going to say they started at 10:45. Does that seem fair?
Because the other one started 45 minutes late?
No, the Balladeers were supposed to start at 10, and they were the ones that started 45 minutes late.
Okay.
So they were supposed to start at 10, but if they started 45 minutes late, I would do the math at 10:45. Does that sound accurate? Okay. So if they
did play their they did play their full set.
And that's what I was going to ask. So normally their set would have been an hour, so we can assume they played from 10:45 to 11:45 then, roughly.
Correct.
Estimated. Mm-hmm. And so somewhere in that, so 20 minutes of that, someone left to get ice. We just don't know if that's going to matter quite yet or not. Because someone was mad they missed some of the set, right?
This is all the notes from the intern.
Right.
Yeah.
So the intern was missing.
Who played the intern? Or who was the intern?
It was in Sylvia's opening letter. I don't
That's
know his
right.
name.
Okay.
It was a name we hadn't heard prior.
Oh, okay. All right. So he's not even on
Played
our
their
list.
full set, and Petite Mort went on right after, but because Balladeers took so long, they only had half the time. So we'll say 11:45 to 12:15 then, probably for
Oh, little cousin
Sexton.
Elijah.
Is Elijah okay?
Yeah.
They were not happy about it. I told them I was just an intern. So dinner, okay. Lady complained her etouffee was cold. I was just an intern. But it doesn't say who that was. We don't know if everyone got etouffee, so that's not going to really matter.
Yeah.
I didn't get to try anything, but that take-home blueberry collar they passed her out for. Oh, wait a second. That marking on the napkins of total screw. It's cobbler.
Is it cobbler?
I'm betting you they're screwing with us and it's cobbler.
Okay.
It's very possible it could be cobbler. There's no way to know.
Yeah.
Because everyone just ate them up at the party anyway.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Because they could have used that napkin after the cops came to get Nona.
True.
You know what I mean? Like the cops could have come and get Nona, left the napkin there, Nona went with them, napkin stayed, someone else used it. That's tricky.
That is absolutely true.
That is tricky. All right, so it doesn't say anything specifically about dinner. So can we assume dinner was on time or was dinner late? Do you remember anything about this?
No, dinner was not late. It doesn't say anything about dinner being late.
Okay, so then the dinner, from what I see, dinner was between 10 and 11. Do you also get that?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so dinner, okay. All right. And then
so
option was, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Le Petite music would have been, then you already wrote that down, right?
I did roughly like 11:45 to 12:15 because we, instead of getting the full hour for their set, they got half the time,
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
So half the time would be 30 minutes. So I just did what the Balladeers ended and then moved it up 30 minutes.
Yep.
Is that fair? Okay.
Yeah, that works. And then the blind auction was from 7 to 10.
Okay, but it started 10 minutes late. So we're going to say 7:10.
Yep.
And then did it, and another 20 minutes to the bidding.
Correct.
So does that mean, though, that since it was supposed to originally end, we had 20 minutes to the ending, so it was 10:20 that it ended?
Yep, that's what I would say. That it ended at 10:20.
Okay. Pitch people. Jeremy's remarks only added 3 minutes total, so the guy basically did not take much time at all.
So 10:23.
Okay.
I would say, technically.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
And got bored halfway through the night, so I tried to get some intel on the identity of Zeppo. The clown and chief from Laveau Fall. Public figure, politician. Bidder paid for this absence food but never picked it up. Okay, so Velma then bought the absence spoon but never picked it up. Okay. Enjoying herself so much, I might have accidentally marked as retrieved. And other revelry. Okay, so here. The cop showed up twice.
Mm-hmm.
So once was the theft of the bottle of absinthe, and once was for Nona. Is that fair?
No, once was for Nona, but then in this it said something about that. This, I think, make that twice. Dining room table flipped by. So maybe that's what they showed up for.
But didn't they make a note about someone filing a police report?
Yeah, I mean, so I don't know. Maybe that is, yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't have written the note.
Flipped this over so they could steal the bottle.
Maybe
you know the brothers. They're always working on an angle. Maybe one of them was doing distractions, so the others could snake it.
True.
So absence and Nona equals cops.
Table A. There we go.
All right. Dining table flip. So 15 minutes or so before last call. When was last call? Did we get told that? Because they kicked everyone out at 12:40 exactly.
So I would say they kicked him out 10 minutes after last call. So it would have been 10 or 12:30 then. Right? They got everybody out the door.
Is that what it was? Is it 10 minutes after last call?
Right here. Passed out to go cups for last call. Thankfully, we were able to shove everyone out the door within the next 10 minutes.
Okay, so we're gonna say.
So 12:30 was last call.
12:30 was wait. This is 15 minutes or so before last call.
No. So that says that the table, last call was 12:30. Table got flipped 15 minutes or so before last call. So around 12:15. Yep, that's what it would be. That'd be my
flip table. Okay.
take on it.
Filmmaker lady complained Okay, so that means Inez was still there. So that's probably putting, because Inez complained about the table being flipped, right?
Yep.
So Inez was still there at event at, we're going to say when the table flips, that's 12:15,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
I just figured if we knew everyone's movements a little bit, this would be a little easier when we watch the
Yeah,
video.
absolutely.
Okay. All right, we can try this.
You ready?
I think I've got the roughness down, yeah.
Okay. All right, chat. So we're gonna pause that real quick. We're gonna pull. I've got the video. I've got the audio pulled up. So we're gonna get that going. And let's see what happens. All right. Let me make sure that this is gonna be loud enough for y'all as well. You can actually hear it. All right. Here we go. Huh.
He coming back with the ice.
Yep. Okay.
That's somewhere between 10:45 and 11:45. Wait, actually, hold on a second. 10:36 is when he was in this photo.
Okay.
So it could have been somewhere 10:45 or later. That would match up, right?
For what?
That guy?
Then he went to get ice.
Yes.
Okay. So
Based on the math of the showing of the performers, he was getting ice somewhere between 10:45 and 11:45. He missed 20 minutes of the balladeer set, and that's when the balladeers performed.
Correct. So he missed 20 minutes of their set. So he came back at 20 minutes in to their set, basically.
Do we know that for sure? Could he have been watching them for 25 minutes and then gone to get ice? We don't know. We just know he missed 20 minutes total.
It said something about that
It just says missed 20
bartender
minutes.
ran out of ice, sent me out to get some moments after the Bayou Ballad started playing.
I thought it just said I missed 20 minutes.
So, so like moments after.
So 10:45 to 11:45, or sorry, 10:45 plus 20.
So 12:05.
So it's going to be 11.
Or no, sorry, 11:05.
11:05? Okay.
Yeah, you said 10:45?
Yeah.
Yeah, so 11:05.
So 11:05 came back with ice.
Approximately, yeah.
What was his name again?
Elijah. It sounds like, I'm not sure who's who here. Is this Celestine?
Yes, that is Cel. She's super tall.
And then is this Sylvia?
Yes, and then Inez is extremely blonde and shorter than Cel.
Okay.
Cyril. Oh, breezy bellwether.
Hmm.
Here we go again.
Hmm.
Oh, that was it?
Yep, that's it. I'm
I thought there
trying to
was gonna be
see.
multiple
I just know if there was
snippets.
a mirror behind her, so like
Yeah.
somewhat. So I was starting to see if there was like anything that like.
Are they just making fun of his gooey-eyed, like he likes Sil kind of a thing?
I think so. Yeah. So it sounds like she was like talking at the beginning about that. She talked about a bunch of anime stuff with them.
Oh, there's Crawdaddy.
Oh yeah, there's Crawdaddy. We missed that. I missed that at the beginning.
Me too.
Okay. So this would be approximately then we said what, 11:05?
Yes.
Okay, so on the photos, the back of the photos,
Yep.
when is the photo for Cyril?
Cyril's photo was 10:13.
Okay.
Which would make sense because if they're getting kicked out somewhere around, he got kicked out roughly somewhere after like 11:05 because he got kicked out after the boy came back with the ice.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's about an hour before they got kicked out, basically.
Okay. So
Silva and Inez also had the photo first. This is after the photo they took with the boy.
okay. Let's see. Let me replay this one more time. Because I have a feeling that my recording of this is not going to play it. So let me edit that real quick.
Oh, it's not?
No, I put it under music by accident. So let's see. Go here. All right, so we're gonna play this one more time for you all, so you can listen to what it actually was saying.
All I'm saying is I appreciate you leaping into the booth with us.
He thinks you hung the moon, doesn't he? It's adorable.
That's Crawdaddy.
Poor thing. We had several spirited conversations about anime.
You press his geek button?
That has historically been a problem for me.
But yeah, because
What'd she say?
I have something, cuz. Yeah.
bless.
So humiliating.
I remember my first crush.
All them girls with tough stuff.
Need some help.
Yeah.
Okay, so she goes to help him. Okay.
Yeah, and then that's where Cyril's getting kicked out.
So the cops are there
So
for
that's
Cyril.
that's that, by the way.
Yeah, the cops are there for Cyril.
Well, he hasn't put a ring on it. Hold my drink. Don't make me run in 6-inch heels, officer. Dang it.
Something about putting a ring on it, which makes sense from the photos.
Why are he going to take it out of the
I
building
got a
for
good
that?
shot of that.
I don't
Do you
know
think
what
it's
was
worth
going
trying to
on
get
or
into the
why he
trailer
was
before the ball?
gone. That would have been sometime before the end of the night.
We are showing the trailer for the Misfits of Mardi Gras before the MKM ball. Yes?
Look, the ball itself is its own piece. Every created component has to reflect off the whole.
I know. You told me.
No, I'm not talking about this on camera.
So and then that's it.
Hold on a second.
All right.
Yeah, let me.
Okay. So
I want to see when I posted this. 'Cause this makes a little more sense now, I think. Okay, so it's February. Okay.
yeah.
What's the other one? Also February. Okay. Dream is canceled. 1,000 hours worth of work down the drain just to protect somebody's ego.
Hmm.
Yeah. The stories you hear, New Orleans are real. They don't just drink your blood. They use you up and steal your shine to keep up their conjured allure.
Yeah.
You need to watch your back.
Okay. So Nona wasn't at this event, right?
She was supposed to be. That's where she got arrested from.
Oh yeah. So she got arrested. We just don't know when, right?
Correct. So I don't think the napkin. Well, wait. If the napkin, I don't know. The napkin could be a full red herring, like you already said. They wouldn't arrest her like 5 minutes into it. That would make no sense.
So I'm not sure when she got arrested. What
Yeah,
about
I
her
feel like
photos?
it's supposed to be blueberry because look right here. You see that little dot?
Yeah,
I feel like that's supposed to be a blueberry. So it just
Okay.
says NOPD
Is
please come
Nona?
outside.
Is this Nona? With Crawdaddy? Is that her?
It's possible.
So if
We haven't
that's
seen any
her,
photos
maybe
of her.
that helps us narrow down a time then.
And maybe that's why he was
well,
looking around. Maybe he was looking around for her.
So 10:13 p.m. We know that Cyril was there at 10:13 due to the photo.
Correct.
We also know around 11:05 is when then he was kicked out. So he technically wasn't at the party, right?
Oh, pretty.
Well, the ball. Sorry, not
He
party.
wasn't
The ball.
technically at the ball. I'm
Zero.
so confused.
He wasn't there after 11:05. He went out with the police, right?
The best we know, but we don't know if they came back in. We technically don't know that.
Okay.
How did whoever's with Crawdaddy get the hat that Cyril's also wearing?
No, I think it's two different versions, or maybe no.
No, it's the same hat.
Is it? Okay,
sure looks
so
like
Well, hers, I don't see the little ball on top of hers, but I'm not positive. It might, yeah,
See,
it's
look
probably
right
the same
here.
thing.
I think that's the ball right there.
Okay, so yeah, it probably is the same thing then. So maybe she got that after he threw it on the ground.
Well, so here's the issue. Crawdaddy went first, so she had that before Cyril did.
Oh, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So it was Crawdaddy with Mystery Lady, possibly Nona. Then it was Cyril and his lady friend, and then it was the ladies with the cutie before they went to the atrium area to chit chat about the cutie while he went to get
Okay.
ice. He just looks so pouty on the camera. It just made me sad for him. Can you imagine as a young boy walking up to 3 drunk women giggling like that?
Right?
The humiliation alone. He just looks so pitiful.
Let's see if we've got a transcript for this video. Lock
There's
video.
like 3 things I missed with the transcript, like the wording that was driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Well,
Locked video.
You're good. You're good.
All right. So locked video auction transfer. So all I'm saying is I appreciate you leaping into the booth with us. Okay. So that's what she was saying. So this photo happened before this video started.
Yeah, that's what. All
Okay.
these photos did because these are
Well,
all
what I
in the
mean
10
is
range.
that so 10:36 they were in the booth.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. This was before he went to get the ice.
Yeah. That's right. Okay.
Um.
So he thinks you hung the moon, doesn't he? That's adorable. Ina's saying that. Sylvia, poor thing. We've had several spirited conversations about anime. Celestine, you pressed his geek buttons. Sylvia, that has historically been a problem for me. Inez, shush, here he comes. Elijah, hey.
where you at,
Celestine
because-
saying, where you at, little cuz?
Okay.
Bless, I remember my first crush. There's the sound of ice dropping on the floor. I think he needs some help. Get your hands off me. By God, I know how to walk. I've been coming to this event since it started.
So
Officer.
Sorry, go ahead. You're good. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. Officer saying, let's go. Cyril, they're the ones trespassing, not me. Breezy saying, stop. Where are you taking him? Just stop. You want to join him? Well, no. Well, he hasn't put a ring on it. Hold my drink. Don't make me run in 6-inch heels, officer. Dang it.
He still had the ring that he put in his mouth. He probably never put it on her finger yet.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, I have a feeling I might know what happened. So I'm trying to remember when we said the boys flipped that table.
Yeah.
Did we say they flipped the table really late? Cyril was thrown out of the event around 12:00 or right after the ice incident, so around 11:05.
Yeah.
I think the table flipping was much later, wasn't it? Yeah, it was 12:15, so that was an hour later.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like maybe Cyril's complaining about the 2 brothers being there and not supposed to be there or something. Because Cyril wasn't going to show up originally. Remember, there was an announcement that the crew of Versailles wasn't coming.
Yeah. I agree.
And also, I found a thing. It may have been more than 3 times the cop showed up. It says 2 folks arrested, I think.
Yeah.
So we actually don't know.
So here's my thing that I didn't catch because I didn't really see that part and read it. All the numbers are in all caps. And they're spelled out. 40, 2, 3, 1, 0.
Well,
I don't
weird,
know why.
because it's not 43210. FTTO.
Yeah, 40. So maybe 40, 2, 3, 1, 0. Does that sound like anything like an auction related number? I don't know if that ties to the.
Both of them are 4 digits. And this
Okay.
is 4,
And
2,
there's
3,
no,
1, 0.
Yeah, there's no like 42.
And it says time for some math, with math being capitalized letters also.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like something's off with it.
I agree with you there.
There's definitely something there with that. I just don't know what. And it may be something that we don't do until next.
5, hold on, 5, 2.
It may be something
5,
with next
3,
episode.
4. I was counting the amount of letters in each thing, but it still ends up being a 5-digit situation.
Yeah. So
we can always look at the reveals when we get a little bit more into this. Okay, so back to the timeline. So the one thing, do I need to try to figure out if that's Nona? I honestly don't know. I mean, she's tall and she does have straight hair, so it's very possible it could be Nona. I think where I would have a picture of Nona at. I know we have one, I just don't know where. It's usually very tiny. The good fence things are way too tiny and it's aggravating. They don't give good photos. And I think Traceor's photo by himself is just him. I don't think she's in it.
mm-hmm.
You guys got any ideas? I knew it was going to be harder.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to go into the hints. I'm stuck.
So I really still feel like either they're hinting at Cyril because Cyril left and we saw him leave technically with a cop, even though he wasn't technically being handcuffed and arrested. So is it him that we're proving innocent, or is it Nona because she was arrested by the cops? That's my question. I think it's one of those two. I just don't know which.
Yeah.
That's the best I've got so far. This one is definitely what I was expecting, which is freaking hard.
Right.
I'm trying to find.
Well, so we're not trying to figure out who stole it.
Oh, I thought we were.
No, we're trying to figure out who is cleared. We're trying to eliminate a suspect.
That's what I meant.
Right.
Cyril got kicked out of the party. Nona got arrested. Both of those probably weren't there at the very last minute. We don't know when the bottle was stolen, except that he got up to go get a drink, right?
Correct.
So the bar was open when he went out to get a drink.
Okay, sorry. For a second, the way you were phrasing questions, I thought you were trying to figure out who stole the
No,
bottle.
I was trying to prove who could not have stolen the bottle. Was where my head was at. That's where I was thinking. Cyril was getting escorted out at a certain time. Wait, right, because the auction didn't end until late. Hold on. The auction didn't end until... I think we added 20 minutes to it, didn't we? Hold on.
Yeah, correct. 20 minutes got added to the auction.
The auction wouldn't have ended till 10:20 or later.
So
10:23, the auction ended, and Cyril was being escorted out about 40 minutes later.
Okay. So do we want to start looking at a couple hints to try to figure this out? I mean,
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cyril because he doesn't have a bottle in his hand.
Okay.
We don't see Nona leaving.
Yeah, I mean, he did get
Cyril
escorted
didn't have
out.
a bottle in his hand.
I mean, we don't know exactly when the bottle
Let's go ahead and look at the cleared suspect hints, see if it's leading us that same direction. That's my suspicion.
Hint number one is obviously opening the locked video. Will help.
Great, the math.
Hint number two is try revising the schedule seen on the Three Kings Ball website and the Three Kings Ball program to match Elijah's notes. As Elijah says, time for some math.
Which we kind of did by unintentional accident.
Correct. Have you added the times on the photo booth photos to the revised schedule?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Have you added information learned from the cocktail napkin to the revised schedule?
That Nona was arrested?
We don't know what time.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm issue.
I don't know where we would figure that out.
Wait. Well, it depends on if we're assuming about the blueberry cobbler. If that's the case, she was arrested at the very end of the party.
Right.
You know what I mean? But there's no guarantee the blueberry cobbler would have been there first. That would have been way too big of a leap.
Yeah. All right. Have you added information learned from the locked video to the revised schedule? Yes.
So it's Cyril.
Let's
do number one reveal and just make sure we're on the right direction.
Okay. The password, we already got that figured out.
This whole time, I want that printed for next episode. I'm over here chicken scratching it, and it's freaking.
All right, so
not amused.
Okay, so do we want to read over the schedule?
Yeah,
that
they have
it at to make sure that we're right.
Yeah.
So the events of the Three Kings Ball occurred like this, according to Elijah. So 6:45, doors opened as planned. Auction starts 10 minutes late, which means that, or with remarks from Jeremy Bacon. So 7:10, 7:13, Jeremy's remarks end, and bidding begins in earnest. 10 p.m., dinner service begins. 10:33, bidding ends because of the 20 minutes that were added to the bidding, plus the 3 minutes for Jeremy's speech. 10:45, Bayou Balladeers start their set, 45 minutes late, but play for the full hour. basically 10:45 as well. Elijah leaves for ice just as the band starts playing. We got the 11:05 part correct as well, as Elijah returns after 20 minutes away. 11:13.
How would we have figured that out?
Violet absinthe stolen from Eddie's table 40 minutes after bidding ends.
How would we have figured that
I
out?
don't know.
That doesn't make any sense. I don't recall seeing a single thing about him getting up at some point. I mean, he's mentioned briefly in the Crawdaddy piece, but
Was it mentioned in here? Or maybe
got bored halfway through the night, so I tried to get some intel on the identity of this guy, politician, public figure, but it doesn't say anything about. Because the absence spoon doesn't mean anything about anything else. Did we miss something, guys?
we read it. We just didn't remember it. So it was in the email from Sylvia. Remember, she called and talked to Eddie.
Yeah.
So when she talked to Eddie, she said, "Fortunately for him, I think we can clear. He was on the float. That means we can clear anyone who was not present when Eddie's absinthe was stolen, which he says was 40 minutes after the bidding
11:13.
ended, whenever that was." So that is the part
Cyril.
that we were missing, is right there.
Because Cyril was
So
gone at 11:05, 11:06. He was not there at 11:13 when the absinthe was stolen. He was out the door. That's what it
correct.
is.
Yep. So I'm gonna say Cyril then.
That
I
makes
agree.
so much more sense
Yep.
now.
So we were leaning that way, but
Yeah, but now it's making more sense because I just couldn't get to what they were hinting at.
Yep. We don't know. He also doesn't say in here like where Nona was arrested
Yeah.
either. So that's obviously something that we don't know either. But yeah.
I feel like
so
put Cyril in. I'm feeling better about it now. 'Cause
okay.
again, Nona's also a suspect, but the problem is, technically, her being arrested doesn't mean that she was taken to jail. They pulled her out for an unknown amount of time. We don't know if she was taken down to the station or what all was done.
Yeah.
But Cyril, we actually saw him leaving the building right beforehand. So assuming that since the cops
What's
got a hold of
his
him,
last name?
Fortier, Fortier.
Fortier.
If I'm wrong, I'm sorry.
All right, that is it.
Woo-woo!
So let me get that, and we will get that posted in the Discord. So that is indeed it of who we determined was not at the party still at the time that the absinthe was stolen. The key component we were getting missing, and why we were like just not putting two and two together, was that in the email we got from Sylvia, that's the part that we were missing because
we read it so fast we just kept going.
we read it
on,
so
yeah.
fast that then we didn't have that as like
Yeah.
evidence anymore.
That's why I've been printing out all the other emails
Yep.
for future so I can have them to refer back to.
So we've got let me get a quick screen grab of this. Oh wait.
That's really annoying. You're missing like 2 lines.
Yep. But that'll work.
Do we have more to do after this, or is this the final?
I think
part?
this is the final
Okay.
part. It looks
I'm just making sure. Because if we have more to do afterwards, I need to start writing a better schedule out.
All right.
I feel stupid now wasting so much time during the schedule. I do. I feel very stupid now. If I know they were going to type it out like that, I would have just.
Well,
printed it
I mean,
off.
we didn't. That wasn't even like it wasn't
No.
really in the hints part. I
No.
mean, so we wouldn't have noticed it.
And
Like,
so
we
the math
probably
thing
never
he
would
was
have found
talking
it.
about on the Crawdaddy thing was all just hinting at us. to do
Hitting
a
at us to
schedule.
do the schedule, to add the
Not
time
doing that
to
one.
the schedule. Yep. Although, like, it's so odd that with the 2 being capitalized, the 3 and the 1 and the 0.
Yeah.
Apparently, that's just kind of a red herring thing or something, I guess. But all right, so there's that. We've got. Here is our email back from Sylvia. All right. There we go. We solved the episode. So that's it Cyril was dragged out by the cops that night, which means he couldn't have done it. This is exactly what I needed to hear. With Mr. Pickens out of the way, we're only left with 3 suspects. Dylan, who we know was at the party long enough to cause a ruckus, Inez, who complained about said ruckus, and Nona, who left with the cops but not before the bottle was stolen. Before we figure out which one of them killed Celestine, we're going to need some more information. Jay was helpful enough last time, but considering how long it took for him to get us everything, I think I've got to do it myself this time. Now that we're so close, we don't have any time to waste. I've got to go into all 3 of the dens to gather more evidence. Marie Laveau, Pirate Brothers, and Barks a Lot. I decided to start with our dude bro double feature, and that's where I am now. I pulled up to Mason and Dylan's den a few minutes ago, but of course they had some of their crew members on security out front. I'm currently waiting around back, but I don't know if I can do this. I peeked in the window, and they've got about 50 guys in there jumping up and down like they're on a non-existent trampoline and screaming shots every 5 seconds.
Oh my
Not
God.
exactly my type of party, and what if they catch me breaking in? I need to wait until they're distracted and then go for it. This is crazy, but it's for Celestine, so I've got to try. Assuming I make it out of here, I'll mail you whatever I can find in there. Stay tuned and wish me luck. I'll definitely need it. Sylvia. Photo of the warehouse.
Dun 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 dun. Which warehouse though? Theirs or MKML's?
I'm guessing the Dude Bros. Why is there no image? That's the warehouse, guys. Okay. All right.
It's so white.
Right? Like what?
Technical difficulties.
Right, warehouse said nope. Alright. Let me try clicking this again. There it goes. Alright, I had to reload. We'll download that real quick and get that put into the Discord as well.
You excited? Do you want to see the reveal? Is it very, very exciting? No, I get you. Don't back up, Dad. You might get her. Might get the pupper. Pupper says dinner time's coming. I'll feed her wet.
There we go. Alright, so we've got this photo here of the warehouse, Pirate Bros warehouse. You got the Pirate Bros logo on the door. Yeah, there it is right there. I faded.
She's sniffing the wolf a lot.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Does it have food in it?
Right?
No, it does not have food
Got
in
some
it. Sorry,
paws on the
baby.
cam.
Sorry, baby. No food today. No.
All right.
Is there any way you can like blow it up? The scrolling up and down is killing me. Like, I mean, can you just? I don't know. Is there a way to make the whole thing bigger? It's like.
Maybe.
I mean, can you make the whole thing wide?
I mean, I can't go any wider than
because of that.
up here.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Sorry.
You're
I
okay.
assume there's a reason. I just had to ask.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
scrolling's killing me.
I mean,
You're
I can
good.
try this too.
No, you're good. It was the going up and the down.
There
so
you go.
okay, that works. Sorry, it was the back and forth. It was just really getting me.
Yeah, I was trying to like zoom in and look at different things. I don't see like anything major in here. So I mean, she's around back, other than that there's like a logo on the
We
door.
don't know where their den is, though. Technically, do we?
I don't think
I don't think we
so.
ever got told where their den was. You said.
Okay, I thought maybe I might be able to make out what it said or something, but it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that seems weird. I feel like there's got to be
So-
something there, but we're not.
Yeah,
seeing it, are we?
possibly. Maybe just a teaser of some kind. But
Is that where she's at? Is their warehouse?
Mhm.
Okay, because I was thinking she was at their house where they party at, and where
their
the
den.
mom
She's
was.
at their den
Oh,
where they're
okay.
partying.
Oh, what do you know?
So yeah. So photo of the warehouse is their
Okay.
den.
Okay. Follow.
Yeah.
Follow.
So where they're
That's gonna
partying.
be really tricky to sneak into, isn't it?
Yeah. So
Ready to get on? Okay.
all right.
I got you. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You're so bad.
So yeah, I mean, interesting turn there. So Cyril's out.
You want to go do the honors of
So,
marking him off the list, or should I?
Yeah, let me find my.
So I don't have a red marker.
No, it's over here.
Now the question is, who does everyone think the final three? Who's the guilty party?
All right, so Cyril's been eliminated. So we're down to Inez, Dylan, and Nona.
I just can't imagine Dylan's kills her over a freaking parade route. That just seems really shifty. Right? Inez seems jealous as hell, so that I could totally believe. And Nona, crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
So what?
Crazy.
What say you, chat? What? Lock in your picks for next our next episode. If you're watching this on YouTube, let us know down in the comments down below who you think up to this point that it is. You know, if you have managed to actually solve this case already, then don't spoil it for us. But you know, if you are going along with us in this, or maybe you're checking out, let us know what you think. Like who you think it is, and what some evidence is behind it that you think there is. So, I mean, like you said, Inez is jealous.
It's just, out of all of them, I feel like Inez has the most like logical reasoning for it.
Well, Inez
like,
is jealous. Nona has a possible vendetta.
Yeah,
right.
But like, if you're already being looked at for hoarding and all these other things, would you really be dumb enough to go commit murder right after turning in the person you're trying to win?
I mean,
It
maybe
seems like a bad move.
maybe it's like one of those things where it's like if you get rid of the witness,
Maybe.
right? Like, you know, so she.
I feel like the finding of the 50 dogs is gonna outrule any witness, but you know.
Right, but yeah. So.
Mm-hmm.
I think, you know, or she's just upset, right? Because at this point, you know, Nona thinks that her livelihood's over, right? She's no longer in charge of the crew. She's, you know,
Lost all of her dogs.
Lost all of her dogs. She's no longer in charge of the one thing that she was like, just that was her life. So yeah, I mean, she might think that like, there's nothing left, and
we've seen she doesn't really let go of the dog crew very much, right?
Correct.
It's proven she's just not letting them go very much.
Right. I mean, she's obsessed with it all and being in charge of all of it. So now, like, that's all taken away from her. Yeah. I mean, that could drive her to be just that angry that she goes after who she blames for taking that all away. Right.
I got one thing I wanted to throw in before we had the
Dylan, I mean, though, like, I agree with you, though. Dylan, though, like, I mean, just for
motive right now. He's
just for a parade route.
He's a jerk.
I feel like the other two reasons are way more valid.
And even if she's suspicious that they caused that kid's death, there's no investigation that's going to be opened back up from it.
Yeah.
That was forever ago, and they were already my understanding is it already kind of didn't pan out. They didn't have proof, so.
Yeah, true. So, you know, I forgot about that part.
Enough.
So maybe they were afraid of a secret coming out, but I don't know.
It's just, it's not very deep stuff.
Yeah.
Cell, by the way, purchased the $13,500 accordion, which I thought was kind of interesting. And then the only other really, really big one I saw for the night was Cyril purchased the King Queen masks.
Okay.
So those are the big ones. And then Daddy Cuvillian purchased all the doubloons from all the different years.
Okay.
So that would be Inez's daddy.
Okay.
Yeah. I called him Papa Cuvillian because his name was really long.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious. I thought Cell was like a broke artist. She had $13,500.
Apparently.
Yeah. It's pretty hardcore, I'm telling you. I mean, I can see the guy that owns the chicken restaurant having $17,000. That makes total sense. But Cell, $13,500.
How much did the absinthe go for?
$17,500.
And how much did she buy the accordion for?
$13,500.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
I'd be curious. Like, I wonder if there was like I'm guessing there would have been a bidding war of some kind going on. I mean, everybody wanted that absinthe.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted it. So yeah. But all right. Well, chat, I think that'll be it.
We're very excited to hopefully not have to wait a month for the final episode. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
We should be getting the next episode in soon. I'm hoping within the next week. And then we will be able to schedule a time frame for that as well. But feel free, if you're seeing this on YouTube, don't forget, if you want to see more content, subscribe, like, turn that bell notification on so you can get those notifications of anytime we put out a new video. And then if you want, join us over on Twitch live, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. So, we have a lot of fun, play some different games. Marbles on stream, big community game that we can play and that you get to play along with us. And then Mondays is kind of just the variety night as well. So, where we can play everything from Fortnite to, Horizon Zero Dawn is what we, I think, played this last Monday. But, just a lot of different things that we do. And like I said, if you'd like, the Streamlabs link that we have on my tip page, we are, we're trying to get that raised for Wolf Park of Indiana through the end of January of 2023. So it, any of that goes towards that and goes towards milestones and makes me have to do, different things. If we can raise the $500 goal, then I have to do a one ship challenge and go from there. So that would be great and fantastic. And then also over on Twitch, or here on Twitch, we've got the subs and the bits, and any of that will be tallied up at the end of the month and then put towards those milestones as well. So I hope we can give away some of these plushies, and hopefully
Did you do the funnest part with them?
Oh yeah, that it's reversible.
Dun, 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 dun. Happy face. Mad face.
All right, chat. So let me. All right, so let's get this over here. But chat, and again, community. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you so much. It helps us tremendously. It's been an amazing ride over several, almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years coming up in July of streaming. So I really appreciate it. And go from there. So we're about 2.5 months in, or 2.5 years in. So thank you all. Stay safe. Stay strange. We will see you next time for episode 6, the final episode of Royal Street, where we can get justice for Celestine and find her killer. So we will work on that. All right, chat. Stay safe, stay strange. See you next time.